Welcome to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold, and in this show we're going to highlight opportunities and solutions to help get you out of the rough and into success, both personally and professionally. In these tough economic times, I want to provide you practical solutions to many of today's challenges. And today I'm excited to have the agents, both Gerri Wolf and Duke Hogstrom. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I'm excited about this subject. I'm in the real estate business in lending, and it's a great time to buy a house. It's an exciting time to sell a house. So it's a pretty decent market right now. Things have finally recovered quite a bit. So this subject matter is near and dear, but I want to ask specifically about selling your house for top dollar. And so when you're advising sellers, what are some things you look at what's some advice you give when it comes to selling your house for top dollar?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. One of the things that we look at is, of course, the home first. Before price and marketing and our strategies, we look at the home. We have to look at the product that we're selling. So my experience in the past was new home sales. I worked for 3 Fortune 500 companies. And in that time, I sold over 1,000 homes. And so I became accustomed to model homes. So one of the first things that I like to discuss with our sellers, your home has to be model perfect. And I know we've all been in model homes, and I know we agree.
How beautiful they look.
You open the door, and what do you see? It's inviting. It's pulling at your heartstrings.
It smells good, it looks good, it feels good.
So that's what we tell our sellers. We want to evoke those emotions for the buyers walking in. So that's probably one of the important things. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do that either. We have ways of staging it. So that's really important, is getting the home in shape for sale, first of all.
It's almost like having an interior decorator in you guys because you have the eye for it, don't you?
I do. I'm very particular, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So,
Duke, what's another really important factor when it becomes to selling your house for top dollar? Because we want to get as much as we can for our great investment.
That's a perfect question. Pricing. Pricing is really almost everything. If we don't have it priced right, it can look wonderful, staged, but if it's not priced right, we're not going to have it. It's not going to sell. And the whole key to all of this is accessibility and exposure. And if we don't have that, it doesn't make any difference.
So let's talk about accessibility. Being able to show it within an hour or 2 hours notice, which is reasonable.
Right.
But being able to show it, what are some accessibility situations you run into?
Having a lockbox on that front door, making sure that the agent can get in. If they can't get in, they've got busy schedules, they may not take a look at that property. The other thing is open houses. A lot of people say that open houses don't sell the property, but what they do, they allow from 1 to 5 on a Saturday or Sunday that the agents that have those pre-qualified buyers, they can go in that house within that 5-hour period without having to worry that the dogs that might eat the realtor are going to be present.
Exactly. There's someone already watching the house.
Absolutely.
Right.
And not only that, what's great about an open house is there's someone on your behalf there when the other agents are in the house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've never thought of that. That's fabulous.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's talk about pricing. Let's go back to that. I know that you had mentioned to me 2 strategies when it comes to pricing your home.
And the 2 are this, and it depends on the market where we are. We can price it at market value, and hopefully we get a lot of multiple offers with the exposure and the accessibility, or we might price it a little bit higher if the market's continuing to go up, and hope that that value is going to hit.
And the key to that, if I can interject here, is that when we're looking at the property, it's, real estate agents look at closed sales. It's very important for us to price on pending, on what's out there, and understanding what are we up against. So we've staged our home, we have it ready, but if the competition is just a little bit level above us, then we want to be careful to price it right so that when they open the door, they say, okay, this is worth it. We need to maybe offer higher above asking because this home is in pristine condition. So part of our job in pricing and relaying that to the seller is making sure we know the inventory that's available. And I'd say we do a pretty good job of scouring the neighborhood to see what else is for sale.
It's about competition.
It is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If there's no other homes like yours for sale,
Right.
it could be a gem, but then 1 or 2 weeks later, something could be
else
put on the market, and you got to be able to
We
adjust.
have
That's
to be
exactly
on it.
right.
You got to be nimble.
Yep.
Yes,
Exactly.
I
100%.
absolutely love that. Let's talk marketing. Let's talk, what do you do to help someone present that beautiful home for sale?
Yeah, it's all about exposure, exposure, exposure. We have to do everything under the sun. First thing is pictures.
Right.
the picture is worth 1,000 words.
And there's an art to the picture, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Angles. You know, the room has to be decluttered. You can't
Okay,
have.
now this can be
you can't
uncomfortable for
have-
some people.
Right.
You
Yes.
tell them, can you put all that Pokemon stuff away, or the
Yeah.
doll
Tchotchkes.
collection?
Well,
or
That's
the,
you know,
it means a lot to them.
I have to say, Duke is great about saying, we are not here to make friends. We're here to do a job, a service for our clients, and we believe in that. So if the curling irons are out, and the medications, and the blow dryers, we're going to be the first to say that needs to go, because the pictures are going to tell the story.
That's right.
Yeah,
And so it's important.
yeah, that is really important.
Well, the National Association of Realtors have said that 9 out of 10 buyers right now are looking on the internet before they're even contacting a realtor.
Yeah.
So those pictures are going to be imperative
Everything.
to see before they even make that phone call.
And done properly, and so you mentioned the internet. When done properly, that helps sell your home.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
helps pre-sell your home. Networking,
Absolutely.
Oh,
networking is
huge.
important.
Very important.
Very
So what is
Absolutely.
networking to you?
Great question. Well, we're fortunate to live in Santa Clarita where it's all about networking. So it's hitting the chamber mixers, it's hitting the local networking groups.
Talking to a lot of the realtors in the neighborhood, even on a weekly basis, to see what's happening with their listings, with their buyers, to determine what's really going on in the market with where we are right now. What might be happening in the San Fernando Valley may not be happening in the Santa Clarita Valley. And since we're focused on the Santa Clarita Valley, we better know what we're doing.
You know, one thing I have to mention, and I've known you guys for some time, is the way you treat other agents is so important because
Absolutely.
other agents like to get your offers
Right.
because they like, if you will, the bedside manner on how you do business.
Right.
And I think that's
Absolutely.
really critical, and that's part
That
of
is
networking.
critical,
Yeah.
and that is important. When you are out networking and you're meeting other agents, you're building a relationship. And they're more apt to work with people that they know and trust. So that's a big key to
People
our
that love, like, and
success.
trust you.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's one other really important thing. We can expose the property, have accessibility to the property. However, if we don't have a direct lender to go to cross-qualify that buyer that says everything's wonderful and perfect, we're not doing a service to our seller.
Yeah,
So there's homework on that too.
Big time.
absolutely, yeah.
Why the agents?
Why the agents? Well, you know, we're very passionate about what we do, and our philosophy is very simple. You know, we'd love for the clients to work with us. You know, whether or not they choose us, that's okay. We really want to provide them with information and resources to achieve their real estate goals. That's the most important thing. We do this full-time, we don't do it part-time. So if we can establish relationships with these clients, we know, you know, maybe it might result in a referral. So it's relationship building. That's how we look at it.
It's really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And with relationships, there's also what's an accountability. And what we do with all of our contracts when we list a home is we put an accountability clause in that stipulates that if they're not happy with us before we go under contract, they can cancel at any time and go with anyone else with no ramifications from the broker or the agents.
And that goes to the philosophy of whether you use us or not.
Right.
We want to
Yeah.
be a resource to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's that
Yes.
money back guarantee that drops the wall and people say, yeah, let's do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Those that want to reach out to the agents, to you guys, how can they reach you?
They can reach us by email at dukeandgerri@theagentsSCV.com or call us at 661-510-8913.
Wonderful. Thanks for coming. Duke,
Thank
Gerri,
you.
the agents.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Fred.
appreciate you coming in. Great subject matter, and what a
Thank
great
you.
time to sell a home.
Thank
Amen.
you.
You got that.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Out of the Rough. We're going to jump to a quick break and be right back.